A happy 4th of July to you as the Sioux Falls Sunfish and the Pierre Trappers take each other on for the 15th and final time this season. A happy 4th of July and Independence Day as the Trappers and Sunfish take each other on a special 5:35 start time to get everyone out in time to see the fireworks over the Missouri River. Taking a look at the starting lineups, first for the Sioux Falls Sunfish, they'll lead things off with the second baseman, number 24, JT Mix. Batting second, the shortstop, number 31, Jonathan Brandon. Batting third, the third baseman, number 37, Norris McClure. Batting fourth, the DH, number 35, Will Olson. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 7, Zeph Hoffpower. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 36, Jesus Lee Cone. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 8, Tanner Wilson. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 2, Carter Tibbetts. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 4, Adonis Forte. On the mound for the Sioux Falls Sunfish will be number 17, Brooks Capel. For the Pierre Trappers, they'll lead things off with the right fielder, number 33, Caden Cardoso. Got a day out of the batter's box yesterday, but did get an appearance on the mound. Batting second, the shortstop, number 22, Patrick Connor. Batting third, the second baseman, number 17, Ty Stoss. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 30, Colin Adams. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 14, Tyler Skelton. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 28, Joey Bramonti. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 35, Nicholas Strong. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 1, Richie Williams. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 16, and Bennett Osborne. Starting on the mound for the Pierre Trappers will be number 34, in Fisher Rausch. On this Independence Day in the lineup for the Pierre Trappers and the Sioux Falls Sunfish. The Sunfish, for the first time in franchise history, are at 500, 17-17 on the year, but they have been crushing it in the second half of the season. Through the first 3 games, undefeated. The only team in the Expedition League who is undefeated in the second half, as the Sunfish have won 3 straight, 2 against the Pierre Trappers and 1 against the Spearfish Sasquatch. As the starting lineup announced for the Pierre Trappers. Taking a look at around the Expedition League, of course, the Sioux Falls Sunfish leading the Clark division at 3-0 in the second half of the season. Overall, Sunfish at 4th in the Clark, Trappers in 5th. Currently, the Trappers in last place in the division for the second half of the season. One thing of note, the Pierre Trappers, with yesterday's loss at 9-23, now tied in the overall standings with the Hastings Sodbusters at 9-23, both teams even in records. The Pierre Trappers will look to get their 10th win of the season in their final game against the Sioux Falls Sunfish. The Sunfish have already taken the season series with a win by a final of 11-2 in yesterday's contest from Hyde Stadium. The Trappers will look to take the final game of the season series with the Sunfish. It's been 15 games in 30 days, including off days. The first game between these two teams was back on June 4th. The final game here on the 4th of July. Starting pitchers are pretty even between the two clubs. Brooks Capel versus Fisher Rausch, both making their 5th appearance and 3rd start. Both having 3 decisions. Capel is 2-1, Rausch 1-2. Capel with a 7.71 ERA, Rausch with a 5.40 ERA, entering today's Independence Day matchup between Sioux Falls and Pierre. The Battle of the East River will end on this 4th of July matchup between the two in-state rivals. We'll take a quick break for the national anthem and be back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams. The national anthem on the 4th of July. Now it's time for America's pastime. First pitch between the Pierre Trappers and the Sioux Falls Sunfish coming up. It's been a tough series between the two sides as the Sunfish have taken 8 of the 6 meetings, 8 of the 14 meetings so far. It's an 8-6 series lead, but you better expect for the final game between these two in-state rivals, fireworks on the 4th of July. We'll take a look at the defensive lineup for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. For the Pierre Trappers, as well as the batting order for the Sioux Falls Sunfish before we get underway here in the first inning. For the Pierre Trappers defensively, they'll lead things off with they'll have Bennett Osborne in left field, Richie Williams in center, Caden Cardoso in right. Joey Bramonti will be the third baseman. Patrick Connor, the shortstop. Ty Stoss, the second baseman. Colin Adams will be at first base. Fisher Roush on the mound with Nick Strong behind the plate. The designated hitter for the Trappers is Tyler Skelton. For the Sioux Falls Sunfish, they'll lead things off with the second baseman, JT Mix. The shortstop, Jonathan Brandon. The third baseman, Norris McClure. The DH, Will Olson. The right fielder, Zeph Hoffbauer. The first baseman, Jesus Licone. The center fielder, number 8, Tanner Wilson. The catcher, number 2, Carter Tibbetts. And the left fielder, number 4, Adonis Forte. On the mound for the Sunfish in the next half inning will be number 17 in Brooks Capel. Talked about it in the pregame show prior to the national anthem. Capel and Roush having very similar paths. Roush with more non-ball in play results, 16 walks, 18 strikeouts compared to Capel, who has 10 of each. A 7.71 ERA for Capel and a 5.40 ERA for Fisher Roush. Both in their 5th appearance, both in their 3rd start, and both get the nod here on the 4th of July, 2021. So Fisher Roush on the mound for the Pierre Trappers with Mix, Brandon, and McClure due up for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Sunfish looking for a 3-game sweep of the Pierre Trappers after winning 1 at Caras Park and 1 here at Hyde Stadium. In both games, limited the Trappers to just 2 runs. It was 10-2 and 11-2 in those decisions. The Trappers will try to flip the script. A lot more power in their lineup today compared to yesterday. Back in the batting order, Caden Cardoso, Joey Bramonti. Patrick Connor is now in for the entire game. And Colin Adams back in the starting lineup as well. So leading things off will be JT Mix, with this being the final game of the series between the two sides. Taking a look back at the previous 14 games between the two sides, JT Mix against the Trappers this season has gone 12 for 41 as the first pitch will go high, missing for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strikes on the first pitch. Between the final game, now a fly ball hit into center field. Underneath it, making the catch is Richie Williams, the center fielder. So we lead things off with a fly out to center by JT Mix. That means it's now Jonathan Brandon's turn to grab a bat and hit. The shortstop, 6 for 30 in the previous 14 games against the Pierre Trappers with 3 RBIs, walking 7 times, striking out 10. First pitch, check swing. Called a strike. And the first strike of the ballgame on the scoreboard. An 0-1 to Jonathan Brandon. Yesterday it was a big game for the Sunfish, especially in the first inning, as the 0-1 will miss high for ball number 1. Evening the count to 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 away top of the first inning. Jonathan Brandon, a single that led off the ballgame in what ended up being a 5-run inning, a called strike on a pitch down the middle from Roush for strike number 2. For Fisher Roush, only his 2nd start here at Hyde Stadium. His 2nd appearance at Hyde Stadium as well. Pitch will go low, evens the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. His other time pitching at Hyde Stadium was against the Sioux Falls Sunfish. He ended up taking the loss in a 13-5 decision back on June the 16th. 2-2 the windup and pitch by Roush. Catches the strike zone, called strike number 3. Jonathan Brandon is out looking. 2 up, 2 down for the Sunfish, as Roush will try to make it 3 as the third baseman, number 37, Norris McClure, steps in. McClure this season against the Trappers 8 for 22. However, 2 of those base hits home runs. Has collected 8 RBIs, 4 walks, striking out once. First pitch catches strike zone for strike number 1. McClure's season against the Trappers has been so good that he is batting .364 against the team from Pierre. Called strike for strike number 2, 0-2 as Roush is dealing here in the first inning. The windup and pitch by Roush, chopped up to the second baseman. It will get past the glove of Stouse, the outstretched glove. But no more than that is a single with 2 outs for Norris McClure. He now is 9 for 23 this season against the Pierre Trappers in Game 15. Will Olson the pitch, called strike down the middle for strike number 1. So an 0-1 pitch. Now to Will Olson, a big swing and a miss going over the baseball for strike number 2. So an 0-2 count, base hit for Norris McClure with 2 outs as the Sunfish try to start a 2-out rally. The 0-2 from Roush. McClure goes on a pitch low. The throw down will not be in time from Nick Strong. A stolen base for Norris McClure, and now a runner in scoring position for the Sunfish with 2 away. One, 2. Roush looks into Olson. An extremely hot 4th of July here from Pierre, South Dakota, as the pitch goes high for ball 2. Game time temperature, sunny and triple digits, 100 degrees. Pitch on the outside part of the plate, called strike 3 on Will Olson. 2 strikeouts for Fisher Roush, both of them looking. The Trappers get through this inning with 2 strikeouts against the Sunfish. We'll be back for the bottom of the first when we return on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams. And a happy 4th of July to all.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food: dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dano's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Back for the bottom of the first inning. On this 4th of July holiday, the Sunfish go with 4 batters, getting a base hit by Norris McClure. Other than that, 2 strikeouts for Fisher Rausch, dominating through most part of the first inning. Defensive lineup for the Sunfish. In left field, they'll have Forte, center field Wilson, right Hoffpower, third base McClure, shortstop Brandon, the second baseman Mix, the first baseman Lee Cohn. On the mound is Brooks Capel, Carter Tibbetts behind the plate. As Caden Cardoso, the leadoff batter, steps up here in the bottom of the first. It's Cardoso, Connor, Staus, Adams, Skelton, Bramante, Strong, Williams, and Osborne, the batting order for the Pierre Trappers. It's the first pitch from Capel. Will catch the strike zone on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The windup and pitch, and a fly ball hit to left field. Underneath it is the left fielder. Back towards the track, drops the ball. Forte can't handle it, and into second will go Caden Cardoso. Was a tough play, looked like a routine fly ball. Then Forte just kept tracking back and back. Kept getting further towards that Gateway Black Hills Federal Credit Union sign, and it will be a base hit for Caden Cardoso, a leadoff double. So something may be cooking in the first. Runner at second for the Trappers. The windup and pitch will go high to Patrick Connor for ball number 1. So a 1-0 count now to Patrick Connor. Connor this season against the Sunfish, 6 for 21. 1 RBI, 5 walks, striking out 4 times as another pitch will miss for ball number 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. A windup and pitch inside, called a strike, will put the count to 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, Cardoso standing at second base. Two-one. Inside part of the plate, it seemed like Connor was moving his hips out of the way, but it was called a strike regardless, 2-2. Umpires in today's ballgame, Tristan Jones in the field with Samuel Barrett behind home plate. Two-two. Capel shrugs a couple times. Line drive, left center field. That drops for a base hit. That should score Cardoso. He rounds third and it heads home. Mix has trouble with the throw in, and Caden Cardoso acting like a madman as he goes back into the dugout. It's 1-0 Pierre. So the Trappers take a 1-0 lead here on Independence Day in America's 245th birthday. So it's back-to-back base hits against Brooks Capel. Drives in Caden Cardoso. It brings up Ty Stoss. First pitch to Stoss, catches strike zone for strike number 1. We'll put the count to no balls and 1 strike. Still nobody away with a run in for Pierre. 0-1 pickoff attempt back into first, and safely is Patrick Connor. The count remains 0-1 to Ty Stoss. Stoss out of Southeast Missouri, or SEMO, as a pitch will miss high and inside for ball number 1. The left-handed batter against the right-handed arm for the Sunfish. Capel shrugs a couple of times before delivering a pitch in the dirt. A good block by the catcher in Tibbetts will put it at 2-1, with the runner still at first base and Connor. So a 2-1, the windup and pitch by Capel will be fouled back, heading barely missing Capitol Avenue as it hits a fence bordering Hyde Stadium and the sidewalk that borders Capitol. 2-2, nobody out, runner at first, one already across. Bottom of the first, 1-0 Pierre. The 2-2. Capel pick-off attempt, but back in standing with no tag is Patrick Connor. Connor has stolen a few bases so far this season. Stoss, the batter, has a bit less experience against the Sunfish. Capel steps off the mound, worried about the runner at first and Connor. Only 6 at-bats for Stoss against the team from Sioux Falls, going 2 for 6. Runner goes on a swing and a miss. It could be a strike him out and a throw him out, but it will not be, as sliding in safely on the stolen base is Patrick Connor. Capel had a reason to be concerned as Stoss strikes out swinging. So 1-0. Pierre in front. Runner now at second base. After the stolen base by Patrick Connor, Colin Adams becomes the new batter. First pitch swinging, fouled back for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Sunfish went scoreless in the top of the first. Runner goes for third, and that time Connor is caught stealing. A good throw by Tibbetts, and the tag is secured by McClure. 2 away in the inning after Connor tries to be a bit too aggressive on the base pass. It was a close play at second base. And then the throw to third. Beat him by a mile. It will be an 0-2 count to Colin Adams as well. The pitch missing the strike zone will run the count to 1-2. Pitch will miss once more. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Colin Adams, 1 home run against the Sunfish this year, including a double, has 6 base hits in 28 at-bats. Has walked 5 times, striking out 15, make it 16 as he gets K'd up looking. Punched out by home plate umpire Samuel Barrett. 2 strikeouts for Brooks Capel, but back-to-back base hits by Caden Cardoso. And Patrick Connor driving a run for the Trappers. End of the first inning. Pierre in front, 1-0. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue. The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn. Back for the top of the second inning as Zeph Hoffpower steps in. Hoffpower, the right fielder today for the Sioux Falls Sunfish, will lead things off after a 4-batter inning against Fisher Roush. First pitch will be fouled off, dribbled down the first baseline for strike number 1. So an 0-1 count, as I think a broken bat for Zeph Hoffpower as he walks back to the dugout. And indeed, Hoffpower asked for a new bat. We'll check that one out before walking back to home plate. Count remains 0-1. Outfield playing back for Hoffpower. So no balls, 1 strike. The pitch and a ground ball will stay in fair territory for just a moment before trickling foul over the first baseline for strike number 2. So back-to-back foul balls down the first baseline for Zeph Hoffpower to lead things off here in inning number 2. Hoffpower in yesterday's game went 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts, walking twice. And 0-2. Roush winds up and fires, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 of the ballgame for Fisher Roush, and his first one getting a batter swinging. Hoffpower goes down on strikes for the 3rd time in 2 games, as it will bring up Jesus Licon, the first baseman, in the same position, or excuse me, did not play in yesterday's game. He was in yesterday's game, but his first time in the field is today. He was the DH yesterday. Licon got 1 base hit in 3 attempts, walking 3 times. Takes the first pitch for a ball and is on the way for yet another walk. 1-0, fly ball, right field hooking foul, and out of play. So the count will run to 1-1 to Licon with 1 away in the inning and nobody on for the Sunfish. Roush winds up and deals a big swing and a miss for strike number 2. Licon swinging over the baseball on a pitch that dropped into the zone. One, 2. Roush winds up and deals on a pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count will go even to the first baseman for Sioux Falls. Licon, 10 for 28 this season against the Trappers. It's the first pitch. The next pitch will miss. Low and away, kicking off the glove of Strong. It will run to a full count to Jesus Licon. Licon, 2 doubles and a triple against the Pierre Trappers. The payoff pitch on the way, a swing and a line drive down the 3rd baseline. That will be a fair ball. Licon rounds first and will take a slight jog over to second base, but coming back to first with a single is Jesus Licon, second base hit of the ball game for the Sunfish, and they have a runner on with 1 away. Tanner Wilson, the center fielder, steps in with 1 away and a runner at first. First pitch will catch the high part of the strike zone for strike number 1 from Roush. 1-0, Trappers leading in the top of the 2nd. Tanner Wilson, the current batter, Licon, fakes a steal over to second base. A called strike on the low and outside part of the zone, 0-2. Tanner Wilson this season, 7 for 17. is batting the best of the Sunfish lineup against the Trappers with a .412 average. As a fly ball hit down the right field line will hook well foul. So no balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first base and Jesus Licone. Roush accepts the sign, and the 0-2 pitch to Wilson will go high and tight for ball 1. 1-2. Both teams with 2 hits, the Trappers collecting both of theirs in the bottom of the first, the Sunfish spreading them out between innings. Pickoff attempt back to first base, but back in safely as Licone takes an extended time on the ground before popping back up. One-two, 1-0 Trappers. Top of the second inning. The pitch from Roush, a tap over to the second baseman, diving stop! My goodness, Ty Stouse making the snow cone play. Unbelievable. Out number 2 and Stouse putting his body on the line. So it will go for out number 2, bringing up Carter Tibbetts, who's announced as tonight's beer batter. Carter Tibbetts, the catcher in yesterday's contest, or excuse me, 2 days ago, was the catcher, going 0 for 5 against the Trappers with 2 punch-outs. First pitch to Tibbetts will catch the strike zone from Roush for strike number 1. And 0-1. Licone fakes the steal, a swing and a miss for strike number 2. And Carter Tibbetts, a strike away from striking out once more and making the hometown crowd extremely happy for a cold beer on a hot summer's day. 0-2, runner goes, swing and a miss. It will not matter. Strike number 3 as Carter Tibbetts strikes out. Look out, concession workers, because fans are on their way. Middle of the second, 1-0 Trappers, as we'll be back with Tyler Skelton, Joey Bramante, and Nick Strong due up.
Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
Bottom of the second as Tyler Skelton coming up to bat for the Pierre Trappers here in the bottom of the inning. The Trappers will look to score in back-to-back innings after scoring one in the bottom half of the first. So So Tyler Skelton against Brooks Capel steps into the batter's box, and we're ready to get underway. The first pitch from Capel, a swing and a foul ball back into the screen for strike number 1. So now an 0-1 to Tyler Skelton. The designated hitter today is typically in the infield. However, with battling an injury, has been limited to the designated hitter role for a bit. He faces an 0-1 count. The pitch from Capel will miss outside, evening the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. So a 1-1 pitch from Capel, smacked into left center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. That's going to roll all the way to the 383 sign in left center field. Picked up by Wilson. Skelton with a stand-up double. Could have probably gone for 3. It would have been a close play. But back-to-back innings with a leadoff double for the Pierre Trappers. So a double for Tyler Skelton. He extends his hitting streak 1 more game with that double. Yesterday it was broken. So we'll look to start a new hitting streak today. First pitch to Bramante, swung on and missed for strike number 1. So an 0-1 count to Joey Bramante after the leadoff double by Tyler Skelton. Capel has been both lights on and lights off as a pitch will miss. Has struck out 2 batters, struck out 2 of the 3 batters back in the first inning, but has also allowed 3 base hits through the first 5 batters. The 1-1 on the way. Big swing and a miss by Bramante for strike number 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Sunfish. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors for the Trappers, bottom 2. Capel deals the 1-2. Fly ball to foul territory. Licone falls in foul territory. A smart play as Tyler Skelton takes off for second base, tagging up on the foul out to first. Heads up base running by the designated hitter Skelton. So Bramante fouls out to first as Tyler Skelton takes off. A runner 90 feet away for the Trappers as it will bring up Strong. Strong, the catcher, is batting .214 in the first 14 games against the Sioux Falls Sunfish, going 6 for 28. First pitch swinging in foul territory for strike number 1. Strong with 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, has walked 7 times, striking out only twice against the Sunfish. The 0-1 will kick in the dirt. A good stop by Tibbetts to keep Skelton at bay over at first. So a 1-1. The windup and pitch by Capel on the outside part of the plate. Strike number 2. Strong nods his head as if to disagree. One, 2, 1 away. Strong and a chance for a sacrifice play. 1-2, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 of the ballgame for Brooks Capel, and it comes at a time in which the Trappers desperately did not need it. So 2 away now as it brings up Richie Williams. He's going to need a base hit in order to drive in that runner from third. Williams this season against the Sunfish, 3 for 10. 3 for 19. First pitch through the left side of the infield. That's a base hit for Richie Williams and a 2-0 lead for Pierre. Williams coming in clutch when he needed a base hit. He got it. 2-0. Pierre now leading. So a 2-0 lead as the 9-hole batter Bennett Osborne comes up to bat. Osborne got a pinch hit appearance, then took over in center field yesterday. In that pinch hit appearance, popped out to the first baseman. Bottom 2, runner at first base. Pickoff attempt back to first, but sliding back in safely is Richie Williams. Tyler Skelton came in to score on the previous play. So a 2-0 Trappers lead. Check swing on a ball. On the first pitch to Bennett Osborne, a 1-0 count. So 1 ball, no strikes. Capel sets with a runner in Williams at first. The pitch to Osborne goes high above the lettering for ball number 2. Should bring up the uniforms the teams are wearing here on this Independence Day 2021. Both teams will be wearing white pants. The Sunfish in gray uniforms with the Sioux Falls word mark across the front, multicolored in orange and teal. Orange and teal sleeves with black caps and SF across the front with teal brims. 2-0 goes high for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. For the Trappers, they're going to be wearing white pants with a black stripe down the side. Navy blue uniforms with the gold Trappers word mark and gold numberings in the same font. White piping down the center of the jerseys and on the sleeves. They'll be wearing navy blue caps. Pickoff attempt to Williams. That one's in time. Richie Williams picked off at first base. A great play by Brooks Capel for out number 3. One more run comes across for the Trappers. An RBI single by Richie Williams drives in Tyler Skelton. A couple of leadoff doubles for the Trappers, helping them put up 2 against the Sunfish. We'll be back for the top of the 3rd. Bottom of the order, Forte, then the top, Mix and Brandon, due up for the Sunfish when we return.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Top of the 3rd inning, Sunfish trying to strike back against the Trappers. Both innings, the Sunfish brought up 4 batters, only getting a runner to first base. Norris McClure made it to second on a stolen base, but a pair of singles. It'll be Adonis Forte leading things off. First pitch will fall in the top of the strike zone for a called strike number 1. Forte against the Trappers, 6 for 17. With 3 doubles and a triple, 2 RBIs. A swing and a miss for strike number 2. Puts him behind in the count 0-2. Has secured 2 RBIs. Has walked 7 times against Pierre, striking out 4 times. He bats .353 through 14 games against Pierre. 0-2 fouled back. Out of play, strike 2. America's Day and America's pastime here on the 4th of July. Nothing more American than sitting back and watching a ball game. The 0-2 from Roush. High fly ball to left field. Chasing back is Osborne. Will stroll to his right, but end up making the catch for out number 1 of the inning as Forte goes down on the fly out to left. So Forte flying out to his position as it will bring up the top of the batting order for the Sunfish in JT Mix. The second baseman flew out to center in his lone at-bat, starting his day 0 for 1. Triple digits here from Pierre. First pitch swinging a dribbler over to second base. Stoss will flip it on to Bramante. Doing the splits is Fisher Roush. Excuse me. So it was Stoss to Roush. So a rare 4-1 ground out. What a play and a heads-up play to know for Colin Adams to get out of the way. Stoss knew to pick up the ball. Bramante knew to cover first base. So a 4-1 ground out for JT Mix. Out number 2 brings up Jonathan Brandon. Time will be called. And now it looks like that's Walker Bullington talking to the umpire. It's not Bullington. Excuse me for not knowing the name. It is an assistant coach for the Sunfish wearing number 30. Now both umpires will have a conference about it. It looked like a clean play. Again, umpires Tristan Jones in the field, Samuel Barrett behind home plate. They're going to have a conversation and agree that the correct call was made on the field for an out. Jonathan Brandon struck out looking. In his previous at-bat, will look to turn around his fortunes, has now struck out 11 times against Pierre. First pitch to the new batter will bounce well in front in the dirt. Ball number 1, 1 ball, no strikes. Only 2 Sunfish batters collecting base hits through one time in the order. Norris McClure and Jesus Licon. The 1-0 from Roush, a check swing on another pitch bouncing in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Fireworks over the Missouri River set to occur after the end of today's ball game when the sun goes down at approximately 10 p.m. 2-0 will go low in the zone, making it a 3-0 count. Fisher Roush, his first inning in which guaranteed he will not strike out 2 batters with 2 outs already occurring, neither of them being a strikeout. Pitch high and inside and a 4-pitch walk to Jonathan Brandon. 3rd consecutive inning in which the Sunfish have gotten a runners on. Both prior innings were base hits. This will be the first walk given up by Fisher Roush today. Runner at first base in Jonathan Brandon will bring up Norris McClure, who's 1 for 1 today. McClure also stole second base, has been the lone Sunfish runner to get to second. Pickoff attempt back to first, but sliding in safely is Jonathan Brandon. Give an update from around the Expedition League in just a moment. Runner goes. The throw down by Strong will not be in time, as sliding in safely is Jonathan Brandon, a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. A bit of deja vu from the first inning where Norris McClure, who currently bats, singled, then stole a base with 2 away. Next batter, Will Olson, would strike out looking. So McClure faces a 1-0 count. Roush kicks and fires on a pitch on the high and outside part of the plate. Will miss for ball number 2, so 6 straight balls for Fisher Roush. Already a final as a 4th of July doubleheader played in Hastings between the Sasquatch and the Sodbusters. 2-0, the windup and deal by Roush. Big swing and a foul ball. Got a piece of it. Pulled it almost all the way around. Strike number 1. Runner at second base. A beautiful day here from Pierre, barring the temperature. Not a cloud in the sky. The 2-1 pitch. Ground ball over to second base. Stoss will field it in the shallow right field. The throw onto first base is in time, as falling down on the play is McClure. He'll be picked up by first base coach Olmsted. A 4-3 ground out. A great inning for Ty Stoss, getting 2 assists. Both of them being great plays by the second baseman out of Missouri. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Trappers will look to extend their lead. It's Pierre 2, Sioux Falls nothing. It will be then. It will be Osborne, Cardoso, and Connor due up for the Trappers when we come up in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. Give them a call at 605-224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Bottom of the 3rd, a few sponsors we'd like to thank before we get underway as Brooks Capel returns for his 3rd inning of work. A few sponsors including La Minestra, Layden and Associates, Lutheran Memorial Church, Pierre Family Dental, Slumberland, and Total Beauty Speedway Laundry. Thanks for your continued support of Trappers Baseball. Bennett Osborne faced a few pitches against Brooks Capel in the previous inning. However, with the pickoff of Richie Williams, we'll get a new count and a new at-bat against Capel. Osborne making this start in left field today. He came in as a pinch hitter yesterday, then took over in center field for Eric Mast. As the first pitch from Capel, the wind-up breaking ball will fall in the zone for strike number 1. A beautiful pitch from Capel. Take a look at around the Expedition League scoreboard. Final score in Hastings, 6-5. Sasquatch in front. Hastings will fall to 9-24 as a pop fly to left field. Chasing after it's Forte and McClure. Forte reaches up, can't reach it. That's the second mistake for Forte in the field. And that one will cost him. That one counts as an error. An E7 as Osborne reaches, bringing up the top of the order in Caden Cardoso. It was a bloop hit to left field that both McClure and Forte converged on. Forte reached up, couldn't make the catch. Perhaps lost it in the sun, a brighter day with an earlier start time. First pitch to Cardoso will miss high and outside for ball number 1. Typically don't see those types of plays from Forte in left field, as typically an excellent fielder, covers a lot of ground, but something about today here at Hyde Stadium is messing with Forte in left. 1-0, pitch will miss low, 2 balls and no strikes. Runner at second base and Bennett Osborne off the 2-base error. So the third consecutive inning for the Trappers to lead off the ball game as a pitch called a strike on the outside part of the plate. The third consecutive inning to start the ball game in which the Trappers have started with a runner at second base. The good news for the Trappers is both previous innings, that runner that started at second base came across safely. 2-1 line drive to right field. That drops for a base hit. Taking off for third base. Holding up for a second at second base was Bennett Osborne in the event that it was speared by the second baseman Mix. A good play for Osborne being safe as Cardoso 2 for 2 today. So the Canadian Caden Cardoso celebrating America's holiday with back-to-back base hits. It brings up Patrick Connor 1 for 1. First pitch misses low. For ball number 1 to Patrick Connor, 1 for 1. Single that drove in Caden Cardoso, back in the first inning. Stole second base, was caught stealing third. Fly ball to the second baseman. Mix will reach up and make the catch. Osborne faking going. He will retreat back to third base. So one away on the pop out to the second baseman for Patrick Connor will bring up Ty Stoss. Stoss struck out swinging in his previous at-bat. First pitch from Capel to Stoss, catches the strike zone on the inside part of the plate. No balls, 1 strike. 2-0 Trappers lead. They have runners at the corners with 1 away. Dribbler up the middle. Osborne comes in, will not step on home plate as it was called a foul ball. Hitting off of home plate for strike number 2. No balls, 2 strikes. The count to Ty Stoss. Oh, 2. Accepts the sign, kicks, fires. Pitch goes high and outside for ball number 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners at the corners, Osborne at third, Cardoso at first. One, 2 with 1 away. The pitch from Capel will kick in the dirt. A good block by Tibbetts. Both runners stay where they are. 2-2. 2-0, Pierre leading bottom of the third here on Independence Day 2021. Will be a 2-2 count. Pickoff attempt back to first base. Sliding in safely is Cardoso. No tag applied by Lee Cone. Pickoff attempt yet again. That's going to draw a few boos from the home supporters as Cardoso again back in safely. Count remains 2-2 with 1 away to the batter Ty Stoss, and the Trappers really do not need a strikeout here. Another pickoff attempt, no tag applied by Lee Cone for the 3rd consecutive time. The first baseline here at Hyde Stadium packed with fans. Very dense compared to inside, called strike 3 for Ty Stoss. He strikes out for the 2nd time today against Brooks Capel. It will be his 4th strikeout of the day. And it's actually quite amusing here from Hyde Stadium. On the third base side, there's a section of fans, but they're in the shade. the section of seats getting direct sunlight, not a soul in those seats down the third baseline. So we'll bring up Colin Adams, runners at the corners. First pitch misses, ball one. So 1 ball, no strikes. To Colin Adams. Had a great road trip, homering 3 times, all of them at Corbett Field in Minot against the SaberDogs. Takes a pitch for a called strike 1. Corbett Field has been favorable to the Trappers. They've had a ton of balls leave the park. Not too many here at Hyde. As a pitch goes high for 2 balls and 1 strike. Adams did homer here back last weekend against the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. Launched a 3-run home run in the 9th inning that ended up doing nothing for the final result of the game. Called strike. We'll put the count at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Capel sets, kicks, and fires a big swing and a miss by Colin Adams. Back-to-back strikeouts gets Capel out of the inning. Strikeouts 4 and 5 to Stoss and Adams, and the Trappers forced to leave 2 runners aboard. Capel may be settling in. He only allowed 1 base hit, Caden Cardoso's single, but no runs across this frame for the Trappers. We're through a third of this ballgame here on the 4th of July. It's 3 innings down and a 2-0 Trappers lead. We'll be back for the top of the 4th on the Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams. Join the Shell's loyalty program and never pay full price for gas again. Shell's loyalty members also get monthly specials for increased savings. Shell's doesn't just fill up your tank, but it also fills up your stomach with a variety of food and drinks. Become a Loyalty Club member today by visiting Shell's at 621 Sioux Avenue or give them a call at 605-224-6266.
The Pierre Trappers are proud to partner with the Governor's Inn, the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Call 605-224-4200 for a special Trappers rate when you visit Pierre and Hyde Stadium. Whether you're coming for the best hunting, fishing, and outdoor recreation in the Midwest, just passing through, or coming out to the ballpark, the Governor's Inn is the place for you.
Top of the 4th inning about to get underway here from Pierre, South Dakota. And here on Independence Day, Americans, we often talk about our freedom and our rights given to us and how favorable it is that we're allowed to live in this great nation. But it's also, we have to think about here on the 4th of July, those who protect our freedoms at home and abroad, the members of the United States military, protecting the values that the United States keeps for all of its citizens. For all former and active duty members of the military, we thank you for your service. Ball high and inside for ball number 1. The new batter for the Sioux Falls Sunfish will be Will Olson. Olson struck out looking back in the first. 1-0, a chopper over to the shortstop. Connor picks it up, will fire onto Adams in time for the out. A quick 6-3 ground out. The first time that Patrick Connors had to make a play on a ball today. So that will put 1 away in the inning for Zeph Hoffpower. He struck out swinging in his last at-bat. Sunfish with just 2 base hits. They were both singles, happened in the first and second innings. Have gotten no runner past second base. First pitch goes outside. Ball number 1 to Zeph Hoffpower. Roush, the pitcher for the Pierre Trappers out of Southeast Missouri State. 1-0, pitch will go high. For ball number 2, his team made the NCAA tournament, was the 4 seed in the Oxford, Mississippi Regional. Lost their first game to Ole Miss. Had to take on Southern Miss in the elimination game and unfortunately lost that one as well. But for Roush, got to pitch in that second game against Southern Miss and the Golden Eagles. (2-1) chopped foul, and heading into the Trappers' dugout, it will roll just past the reach of a couple of Trappers reaching for the baseball. We'll run the count even to 2-2 now to Hoffpower. Roush trying to strike him out for the second time today. (2-2), the windup and pitch swung on and fouled back. Keeps the at-bat alive for Hoffpower. Hoffpower against the Pierre Trappers. This season, bats .222 and a 6 for 27 line. In 14 games, make that 6 for 28 with his strikeout earlier. Count 2-2. The windup and pitch by Roush with the bases empty. Check swing on the outside part of the plate, appeal down, no swing, and the count will go full. Full count, payoff pitch in the dirt, ball 4, as Hoffpower strikes out in his first plate appearance, then walks in his second. Second walk surrendered by Fisher Roush. He walked 1 in the 3rd inning and now 1 here in the 4th, as Jesus Lee Cone, 1 for 1 with a single, is one of the 2 Sunfish with a base hit. Lee Cone 11 for 29, including his single against Pierre this summer. Pitch on the inside part of the plate for strike number 1. Sioux Falls with a runner at first base, and Hoffpower with 1 away. Runner fakes going. Pickoff back to first base, but back in safely as Hoffpower. Potential bad jump that made Hoffpower second guess it. Count will go even to 1 ball and 1 strike after the pitch to Lee Cone. A ground ball will get through the left side of the infield. Diving for it was both Ramonti, the third baseman, and Connor, the shortstop, but it gets through into left field. A base hit for Lee Cone. He's 2 for 2 today. And the Sunfish are in business with 2 runners on for the first time today. Tanner Wilson will become the new batter. Trappers trying to get out of the inning. Wilson lined out to the second baseman, Stoss, of an incredible diving play. Pitch will be chopped foul on a check swing and roll straight to the first base coach for the Sunfish and Coach Olmstead. Strike number 1. So an 0-1. Tanner Wilson 0 for 1 today. A base hit would likely drive in Hoffpower, who has some speed from second base. The 0-1, Roush kicks and fires a called strike down the center of the plate. Strike number 2. Wilson behind in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. (0-2), 5 base hits for Pierre. 3 for Sioux Falls. The 0-2 on the outside part of the plate will keep the at-bat alive for at least 1 more pitch. 1-2. Wilson will try to work his way back in the count after starting the count 0-2. Second game of a long homestand for the Trappers, 8 games. Final game against Sioux Falls today. We'll have a day off tomorrow, then 3 against Western Nebraska and 3 against Hastings. Pitch will go high above the batting helmet, 2-2. Roush takes a long look as Wilson puts the bat over his shoulders. A wind-up and deal, a swing, and a foul ball back into the screen. Count stays alive. Wilson is battling against Roush. A few more score updates from around the Expedition League on Independence Day. Canyon County leading Western Nebraska 6-0 in the top of the second. Bottom of the fourth, rubber match between Fremont and Souris Valley from Corbett Field. Fremont leading 5-0. Top of the first between the Big Sticks and Tommyknockers, no score. Bottom of the fourth of game 2 of the doubleheader between Spearfish and Hastings, as the pitch will miss low, will run the count full from Roush to Wilson. Bottom of the fourth from Duncan Field, Sodbusters 1 and the Sasquatch 1. Casper and Wheat City to play later tonight. Payoff pitch coming from Roush, a swing and a dribbler over to third. Bramante picks it up, will step on third base himself. A 5 unassisted fielder's choice for Tanner Wilson will go for out number 2. A good play for Bramante to take away the lead runner. Advancing to second base safely is Jesus Licon. Out between second and third is Zeph Hoffbauer. 2 away for Carter Tibbetts, the beer batter, who made fans happy 2 innings ago by striking out swinging. Roush a check over at second base looking at Licon. A wind-up and pitch on the outside part of the plate for ball number 1. 15th and final meeting between these two teams. Which means unless both teams somehow kick Western Nebraska out of the playoffs and make the playoffs together, I'll have to throw out all of my notes on Sioux Falls. 1 ball, 1 strike. Which is unfortunate because at this many times playing in the season, I was talking with the Sioux Falls broadcaster. Pickoff attempt back to second base. The throw by Roush will get away. Both runners will advance to second and the third. The throw into second base not in time. It will be an error on the Trappers and Fisher Roush. Runners at second and third. The count remains 1-1. Still 2 away, so they just need to get Carter Tibbetts out. But I was talking to the Sunfish broadcaster and David Coyer, and he was quizzing me, giving me numbers for the Sunfish. Who's number 5? And, of course, he was testing me on my pronunciation as well, as I had to say Cade Kalehu-Avehi, ball in the dirt, as Strong blocks at 2 balls and 1 strike. But whenever I get the lineup card from Coach Walker Bullington, see mix Brandon McClure Olson with 15 games against the Sunfish that the Trappers have played. I started to memorize these guys' first names, able to write it down in the scorebook real fast. And it's a shame that that has to go by the wayside after today's game. 3 balls, 1 strike on a pitch high. There is a spot to put the runner at first base, as it would bring up Forte. Roush will step off the mound. His first inning struggling, as the first 3 innings all brought up 4 batters each. Tibbetts, the 5th batter of this inning. 3-1, the pitch on the low and outside part of the plate for ball number 4. It will be the second walk of the inning. As it brings up Adonis Forte in a big spot, trying to make up for his mistakes so far. Forte 0 for 1 today. He flew out to left field. He steps up in a big spot with the bases loaded for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Started off this season abysmal with the bases loaded. I think the number was 0 for 19 to start the season. First pitch on the low part of the zone for strike number 1. Since then, the Sunfish have gotten slightly better with the bases juiced, including a grand slam against the Spearfish Sasquatch. An 0-1 to Forte. Roush trying to escape the inning. The 0-1 high for ball 1. As well, Nick Strong, the catcher behind the plate, having the important job of not letting anything go past, as if anything does, Lee Cohn, the runner at third base, would likely be breaking for home. The 1-1. Roush, high kick and fire on a pitch on the high and outside part of the zone, catching zone for strike number 2. And Roush just a strike away from getting out of this one. One ball, 2 strikes. Roush kicks and fires. Called strike number 3. The Sunfish forced to leave the bases loaded. Strikeout number 5 of the ballgame for Fisher Roush. The Sunfish get the bases loaded. Get 4 runners on. One was out on a fielder's choice, but coming up short. As now Walker Bullington arguing balls and strikes to Samuel Barrett. We'll keep you updated on that situation when we come back for the bottom of the 4th inning.
The Pierre Trappers are proud to partner with the Governor's Inn, the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Call 605-224-4200 for a special Trappers rate when you visit Pierre and Hyde Stadium. Whether you're coming for the best hunting, fishing, and outdoor recreation in the Midwest, just passing through, or coming out to the ballpark, the Governor's Inn is the place for you. When it comes to clothing in the capital area, Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry have you covered. Speedway Laundry offers the fastest way to clean clothes, with free Wi-Fi offered while you wait. Next door, family-owned and operated Total Beauty has a constantly changing inventory of top-quality clothing. Check out the newest lines in clothing by giving Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry a visit at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
Back for the bottom of the 4th inning. Walker Bullington issued a warning by home plate umpire Samuel Barrett for arguing balls and strikes. Seemed heated as he walked back to the dugout, as a pitch that went low was called strike number 3 against Adonis Forte. The Sunfish were forced to leave the bases loaded. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error committed by the Trappers, leaving the bases loaded. To this point, the Sunfish in 4 innings have left 6 on base. Few sponsors we'd like to thank for the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season before we get started here in the bottom of the 4th, including Stella Rosa Wine, Todd's Electric, May Adam, Michelle Maupin Barrett Photography, Oahe Federal Credit Union, and the Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for your continued support of Trappers baseball. So leading things off will be Tyler Skelton. He doubled in his last at-bat. First pitch will miss low for ball number 1. Skelton, the leadoff double back in the 2nd inning. He then came around to score 4 batters later on the Richie Williams RBI single. Heads up base running as he tagged up on a foul ball out. Ground ball to Lee Cohn. Lee Cohn takes it himself for a 3 unassisted ground out. First inning in which the Trappers have not started with a runner at second base. It'll bring up Joey Bramante. Bramante fouled out to first base. He was the batter that Tyler Skelton took off for third base with when he fell down over towards the Trappers bullpen. Bramante has turned into somewhat of a two-way player for the Trappers as the first pitch breaking ball catches the zone for strike number 1. He came in to pitch against the SaberDogs in extra innings. Unfortunately for him, took the loss. 0-1 pitch catches strike zone for strike number 2. Brooks Capel has struck out 5 batters so far. He looks for strikeout number 6 against Joey Bramante. Of those 5 strikeouts, 2 victims have been caught twice. There's strike number 3 from Brooks Capel. It's called as Bramante has a word with Barrett now. Seems like both sides unhappy with Samuel Barrett. So strikeout number 6 for Brooks Capel for out number 2 of the inning as it brings up Strong. Strong struck out swinging in his last at-bat. First pitch swinging, a fly ball right field, hooking foul and out of play for strike number 1. Bases empty with 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Trappers lead 2-0. They got a run in both the first and second innings. Capel deals the 0-1 on the inside part of the plate for ball number 1 as we go even in the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch from Capel, ground ball up the middle. That will get through for a base hit, just scraping past the left side of the second base bag. Strong will get aboard. Strong getting a double in yesterday's contest. Hits in back-to-back games for the catcher and Nick Strong, who extends his hitting streak to 6 games. It'll bring up Richie Williams. Williams 1 for 1 with an RBI single. First pitch chopped foul. Hit off the dirt before flying up and hitting the screen. 0-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Sunfish. They've left 6 on base. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. The Trappers have left 2 on base. Ground ball over to second base. An easy flip for JT Mix. A 4-3 ground out for Richie Williams. The Trappers get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, leaving a runner on base, and Nick Strong, who got the 2-out single. We're through 4 complete. Trappers still leading by a score of 2-0. We'll be back for the top of the 5th. Top of the order for the Sunfish due up. Mix, Branton, and McClure when we come back.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food, and now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food: dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Back for the 5th inning. As in to pitch for his 5th inning of work is Fisher Roush. Got in a bit of trouble in the 4th inning. Got out on a favorable strike call against Adonis Forte that ended the inning. Leading off will be JT Mix, then Jonathan Brandon and Norris McClure. That combined part of the batting order, 1 for 5 today. A bit of fun between innings as pitcher for the Pierre Trappers, Jared Shelton's younger brother, getting in a between-inning contest here on a visit to visit his older bro as he pitched yesterday. So it'll bring up JT Mix as we lead things off here in the top of the 5th inning. 2-0 Trappers, Sunfish trying to crawl back. Mix 0 for 2 today. The first pitch from Roush, a called strike number 1. Mix grounded into that rare 4-1 ground out. On a ground ball to that first second base gap, it was Stoss, the second baseman, picking it up. Check swing, called a swing and a strike. And 0-2. Time will be called as Mix steps out of the box with an 0-2 count, trying to avoid going 0 for 3. Mix did not play in yesterday's contest back in Sioux Falls. Lit up the Trappers going 4 for 5. Mix getting base hits in the first, second, fourth, and sixth innings. Was hit by a pitch and grounded out back to the pitcher in the 8th inning in his 5th at-bat of the day. So at one point was 4 for 4. The pitch from Roush, check swing, appeal down. Yes, he did. A strikeout swinging for JT Mix, make him 0 for 3 today. And the great day for Fisher Roush will continue. Strikeout number 6 of the ball game. It'll bring up Brandon. 0 for 1 today, striking out and walking. Wind up and pitch on the outside part of the plate, but will catch strike zone for strike number 1. Brandon struck out looking back in the first inning, walked in the third and stole second. Did not get past second base before being stranded by the next batter. 0-1 high and tight will even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch will miss low. 2 balls and 1 strike now. To Jonathan Brandon from Fisher Roush with 1 away in the inning. So a 2-1. The wind-up and pitch from Roush on the way inside, ball 3. So a hitter's count to Jonathan Brandon with 1 away. As of this point in the ballgame, I've seen no action in the Trappers' bullpen. There is somebody down there stretching right now, but not warming up. 3-1 will run high, almost hitting the helmet of Brandon as it will go all the way to the backstop for ball 4. 4th walk of the ballgame surrendered by Roush. It'll bring up McClure. McClure 1 for 2 today. He singled and stole in the first, grounded out to second base to end the third, back in the 3rd inning. With 1 away, a runner at first base for McClure as he tries to drive in at least 1 Sunfish run. Has hit 2 home runs against the Trappers, including 1 here at Hyde Stadium. A home run for McClure here would tie the ball game. Runner goes on the first pitch, swinging, will be chopped foul. The hit and run given up by the Sunfish. Strike number 1 on the foul ball. Forced to retreat back to first base is the runner in Jonathan Brandon. Top of the 5th inning. Pierre 2, Sioux Falls nothing. The windup and pitch on the 0-1 bounces in the dirt. Runner takes off for second base. A weak throw bounces in. Not in time. It will go down as a wild pitch that advances Jonathan Brandon over to second. So the count goes even to 1 ball and 1 strike. Two runs on 6 hits and an error for the Trappers. No runs, 3 hits, and error for Sioux Falls. 1-1, runner dances at second, and Brandon, a swing and a chopper over to the shortstop, and Connor. Connor flips it onto first base in time for the out. So 2 away in the inning as it advances Brandon over to third. A 6-3 ground out, and a runner 90 feet away for the Sunfish. Olsen becomes the new batter. He's 0 for 2 today, striking out looking in the first and grounding out to shortstop in the fourth. Weather was supposed to reach its peak temperature as a swing and a miss for strike number 1. Right at around 5 o'clock. Current time is 7 o'clock on the dot. Temperature still at exactly 100 degrees. The windup and pitch goes high for ball 1, evens the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. You have to expect that water jug in the dugout is the most popular spot in the dugout as most players try to stay hydrated, especially those fielders who have to bake in the sun. Fly ball, center field. That one's deep. That one's going to get out of the ballpark. A home run for Will Olsen. Taking a fast jog around the base paths. That one was gone off the bat, and both Osborne and Williams just sat back to watch that one go over the Governor's inside and left center field. So a 2-2 ball game after the home run by Will Olsen. Olsen is 5th home run of the season. Hard to hit it out here at Hyde, but Olsen does so to tie the ball game. First pitch will go high to Zeph Hoffpower. So Roush surrenders his first 2 runs of the ball game off the home run. Ball will go low, no swing, ball 1. As the on-deck batter, Jesus Licone, gets in the middle of the shot before I think he might have realized it and steps out. 1-0, that one catches strike zone to even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. The 19th home run of the season for Sioux Falls, and the 21st given up by the Trappers as that ball's hit into left field. Osborne covering his eyes with his glove before reaching up to make the catch. 4 out number 3, but the third out comes a little, too late, as the 2-run home run by Will Olsen will tie the ball game at 2, heading to the bottom of the 5th. Trappers will look to regain that run with Osborne, Cardoso, and Connor due up. Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dan-O's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dan-O's Marine. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shells at 621 West Sioux Avenue. Bennett Osborne leads things off here in the bottom of the fifth. A 2-run home run for Will Olson. Tied the ball game, 2-2. The Trappers will look to reclaim the lead. They haven't scored since the bottom of the second. The first pitch is touched to left field. That one is back. Forte goes back, and that one will hit off the wall. Rounding first and heading for second is Bennett Osborne. That one just a few feet away from escaping the ballpark. A leadoff double for Bennett Osborne. That one carried. I thought it was gone for just a moment, but it hit off the wall. So that's the way you get back into the ball game after letting up a 2-run home run. Now Caden Cardoso, who has some power of his own. 3 home runs, 2 of them here from Hyde Stadium. Cardoso came in yesterday as a pitcher, pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 run. It was unearned, not allowing a hit, walking 2, striking out 2. First pitch to him will miss for ball number 1. We'll give updates from around the EL in just a moment. As Cardoso bats, Osborne fakes heading for third, a swing and a miss for strike number 1. Bennett Osborne stands at second base, with nobody out in the inning. Caden Cardoso holds his bat out towards the pitcher and Capel, doing his best Ichiro Suzuki impression. The 1-1 breaking ball catches strike zone for strike number 2. Cardoso kicks some dirt, steps out of the box, and will readjust his batting gloves before stepping back in. Does it again as he puts the bat over his shoulders. Capel sets and fires a swing back into the screen. Count will remain at 1-2. Tomorrow, a well-deserved day off for both teams. Before the Sunfish take on the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks in Grand Forks on Tuesday, and the Trappers host the Western Nebraska Pioneers. The 1-2 chopped foul up the first baseline. It will roll towards the Trappers' bullpen, where now there is action. Count will remain 1-2 to Cardoso. Nick McCullum, who came in as a starter against the Sabre Dogs, will come in for relief if the bullpen is to be believed. 1-2, swing and a miss, and Cardoso will go down for the first time today on strikes. Big strikeout for Brooks Capel, number 7 of the ball game, and 1 away in the inning. It'll bring up Patrick Connor, who's 1 for 2. Patrick Connor becomes the new batter. He's singled in the first, popping out to second in the third. First pitch will miss the strike zone on the inside part of the plate. To the Missouri native. The native of O'Fallon, as another pitch will miss inside. 2 balls, no strikes. A hot day and a hot 4th of July here from South Dakota's state capital. Many residents opting to spend a day on the water, either on the Missouri as a check swing will go around for strike number 1, 2 balls, 1 strike. Either on the Missouri River or at Oahe Lake, just on the other side of the Oahe Dam. Two-one, the pitch on the outside part of the plate. Now a hitter's count to Patrick Connor. If Connor works this count correctly, this could be a good inning for the Trappers. Ty Stoss stands on deck. He's 0 for 2. In the hole, Colin Adams also 0 for 2. 3-1, Capel sets and fires on a pitch in the dirt. Ball number 4, runners at first and second, putting a force at every base except for home plate. And that's actually the first walk surrendered tonight, or today I should say, for Brooks Capel, bringing his season total to 17 strikeouts and 11 walks, as Ty Stoss will step in to take the at-bat. Runners at first and second. The first pitch from Capel will bounce in the dirt. That one gets away. Taking off for third base is Bennett Osborne. Standing still at first is Patrick Connor. The wild pitch advances Osborne over to third. Runners at the corners now for the Trappers with one away in the inning as they look to reclaim the lead. Capel, number 17 against Stoss. Number 17, a swing and a miss for strike number 1. Will put the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Trappers have been on a 7-game losing streak. They'll try to snap that in the final game of the season against the Sunfish. Pickoff attempt back to first, not in time. Osborne faked heading over to third. McClure, the third baseman, having a bit of fun tapping Osborne with an empty glove. They had a few words and a laugh at third base. The 1-1 fouled back into the screen on the third base side for strike number 2. Two runs on 4 hits and an error for the Sunfish. They've left 6 runners on base, 2 runs, 7 hits, and error for the Trappers. They've left 3 on base. 1-2 with runners at the corners. Stoss, who has struck out twice today, pickoff attempt back to first base. Sliding in safely is Patrick Connor. Stoss will look to avoid the same fate as the previous 2 innings, striking out with a man on third. The 1-2, runner goes, and a fly ball to center field. That should be enough to score 1, as making the catch is Wilson. Doesn't seem to realize that there was no tag at first base, as in to score is Bennett Osborne. Taking off was Patrick Connor, got all the way to second base before having to retreat, but the sac fly does the job that the Trappers wanted. It's 3-2, excuse me. 2 away in the inning after the sac fly as Stoss will record the RBI. It was a good play by Wilson in center field as well to make that catch. As it brings up Colin Adams, 0 for 2, strikeout of both varieties. First pitch bounces in the dirt, taking off is Connor. The throw down by Tibbetts beats him by a mile, and so does the tag. Patrick Connor caught stealing for the second time today. He's 1 for 3 trying to swipe a bag. But the important thing for the hometown team is that the Pierre Trappers have reclaimed the lead off a leadoff double by Bennett Osborne and a sacrifice fly by Ty Stoss. At the end of the 5th, it's the Trappers 3 and the Sunfish 2. We'll be back for the 6th inning with Lee Cohn, Wilson, and Tibbetts due up for the Sunfish.
The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn.
Back for the sixth inning and a new pitcher for the Pierre Trappers, Nick McCullum, coming in for a relief appearance. We'll get you caught up on his statistics in just a moment. A few sponsors we'd like to thank first, including Papa Murphy's Pizza, Perkins, United Way, Delta Dental, Xander Auto Parts, and Zesto. Thanks for your continued support of Trappers Baseball. So for the Pierre Trappers, Nick McCullum, no stranger to relief appearances. He started making some relief appearances as his innings limit set by his coach back in Georgia was approaching. Was the main starter, was the Trappers ace for quite some time, but we'll see few, if any, starts from this point of the season onward. In 7 appearances, 5 starts, McCullum has worked a 1-2 record with a 6.09 ERA. Has pitched 31 innings, 42 strikeouts, 31 walks, has allowed 25 hits, has allowed a run in all but 1 appearance. That was back on opening day against the Hastings Sodbusters. Surprisingly, in 14 games against the Sunfish, they have only faced McCullum once. It will be Jesus Licon, the first batter to take on McCullum. First pitch by McCullum, a fastball that misses outside for ball number 1 as we're underway here in inning number 6. (1-0) back up the middle, a base hit on the first batter that Nick McCullum faces. Licon will single up the middle. That makes Licon 3 for 3 in today's game. Most dangerous hitter on the Sunfish lineup today. So runner at first base and Licon, the leadoff batter. A pop fly in foul territory, Strong chasing after it, will head out of play for ball number 1. Strike number 1. On the first ball pitched by McCullum. Previous inning for the Trappers reclaimed the lead on 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Tanner Wilson, the batter, is 0 for 2 today with a line out and a fielder's choice. The 0-1. Ground ball to third. That gets through for a base hit. Back-to-back singles for the Sunfish off McCullum. In unfamiliar territory for the Trappers pitcher. It will put runners at first and second, bringing up Carter Tibbetts, 0 for 1 today with a strikeout and a walk on his line. The 0-0. A windup and pitch high in the strike zone, but will catch for strike number 1. Tibbetts looking to avoid the same fate that he had in the second inning, striking out swinging against Fisher Rausch. 0-1, runners at first and second for the Sunfish. A windup and pitch, a strike as it pops out of Strong's glove for strike number 2. Trappers in game 15 against the Sunfish, game 33 of their season. The Trappers at 9-23. As a pitch bounces in front of Strong, no throw as both runners are going to be able to reach on the wild pitch. So now 2 runners in scoring position. Lee Cohn gets to third, Wilson to second. One ball, 2 strikes. McCollum in danger of letting up a run. The windup and deal, a swing and a miss as Carter Tibbetts will go down on strikes for the second time tonight. The beer batter goes down once more. Three to 2, Trappers top of the 6th inning. One away as it brings up Forte, who's 0 for 2. Now Forte, well, I'm sure he would love a base hit. I'm sure he wouldn't mind repeating what he did in the third. A fly out to left as a fly ball to center field almost called that one. Williams fires back home. Lee Cohn, the throw in is cut off by Colin Adams, the first baseman. A run comes in to score on the sacrifice fly, and we're tied once more. So a sac fly to center field for Adonis Forte. He gets the RBI. Staying at second base is Tanner Wilson as it will bring up JT Mix. Mix today is 0 for 3 after a huge day against the Trappers back in Sioux Falls 2 days ago. A 4 for 5 day for Mix. The first pitch from McCollum, fastball in the strike zone for strike number 1. No balls and 1 strike. So an 0-1 runner at second base for the Sunfish with 2 away. A base hit into the outfield by Mix would likely give the Sunfish their first lead of the ballgame. Fly ball, right field, hooking foul and out of play. 0-2 the new count. An update from around the Expedition League. Mentioned earlier a 6-5 final in Hastings as the Sasquatch defeat their in-division rivals in the Sodbusters. From Wolf Field in Caldwell, Idaho, swing and a miss. Strike number 3. McCollum gets out of the inning. We'll have to leave it there. Second strikeout for McCollum of the inning as it stops the bleeding there. But 1 run for the Sioux Falls Sunfish on 2 base hits. No errors committed by the Trappers, and the Sunfish leave 1 runner on base. We're tied at 3 going to the bottom of the 6th inning when we return. For the Trappers, it will be Adams, Skelton, and Bramante due up.
Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Bottom of the 6th inning for the Pierre Trappers. Adams, Skelton, and Bramante due up. Brooks Capel returns for his 6th inning of work. A few sponsors we'd like to thank for the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season, including American Family Insurance, Brittany Shufflebine, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, Floyd's Truck Center, Gators Pizza, Guadalajara, and Brackey Financial. Thanks for your continued support of Trappers Baseball. So Colin Adams will lead things off. Took the at-bat against Capel before Patrick Connor was caught stealing second. Pop fly in the infield. Will head into foul territory. Chasing after it and unable to come up with the catch is Jesus Licon. So no balls, 1 strike to Adams. Adams, since his trip to Minot, has been struggling with the bat in his hand. Did not get to play in yesterday's game, getting a day off against the Sunfish in Sioux Falls, went 1 for 3. The 0-1 pitch, high pop fly once again, same location towards the bullpen. Chasing back is Licon, climbing the wall, unable to come up with it. Strike number 2. Back-to-back pitches with the same result. Before we left for the inning break, updates from around the Expedition League from Caldwell, Idaho. The Spuds leading the Pioneers 7-3, top of the 4th there. Bottom of the 3rd from 3 Legends Field in Butte, Montana. The Big Sticks lead the Tommyknockers 2-0 as a swing and a miss for strike number 3. Adams has the hat trick of strikeouts for strikeout number 8 for Brooks Capel. So that puts 1 away as Tyler Skelton steps up. Skelton 1 for 2 today, doubled and grounded out to the first baseman unassisted. Skelton plants his feet, drawing something in the dirt from the right-handed batter's box, takes a practice cut before stepping into the batter's box. Bases empty with nobody out, with 1 away, bottom of the 6th. First pitch from Capel will run inside, ball number 1. Skelton has been having a good season for the Trappers. Had a long hitting streak that was broken yesterday. 1-0, that one misses in the dirt for ball number 2. Skelton finds himself ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Top of the 6th inning from Corbett Field in Minot. The Fremont Moo lead the Souris Valley Saberdogs 6-0. 2-0 outside will make it a 3-ball, no strike count. Finally, in Game 2 of the doubleheader in Hastings, the Sasquatch lead the Sodbusters in the top of the 7th, 3-1. Of course, doubleheaders are 7 innings in this Expedition League season. Pitch will catch the strike zone for the first strike of the at-bat. 3 balls and 1 strike. On a happy 4th of July holiday here from the state capital of South Dakota. 3-1. Fly ball, left field, that one's deep. Back goes Forte at the wall. Out of here, a home run for Tyler Skelton, and the words of David Coyer, there it is. Tyler Skelton with his first of the season. The Trappers have reclaimed the lead on Tyler Skelton's first bomb of the year. Skelton with no home runs this year at college, no home runs this season till right now, and he's fired up as he walks back into the dugout. 4-3 Pierre. 17th home run of the season for the Pierre Trappers and the 15th allowed by the Sunfish. First pitch, a strike to the new batter, Joey Bramonte. An 0-1, Capel pitching fast after allowing the home run, 1 ball and 1 strike. The one unfortunate thing for the Trappers is the bases were empty when Skelton came up. The 1-1 chopped foul up the third base side for strike number 2. Bottom of the 6th. Here from Pierre, South Dakota and Hyde Stadium, the 1-2 goes high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 run apiece this inning. A foul ball down the third base side fielded by a member of the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Count will remain 2-2 with 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 2-2. Check swing on a pitch low, no swing. The count will run full to Joey Bramante, the native of North Andover, Massachusetts. (3-2), the windup, check swing, peel down, and that one he went on a strikeout swing as Bramante disagrees and will chirp up the first baseline. He will get a warning from the field umpire in Tristan Jones. Bramante needs to be careful from his words from now on, and now May will talk with the field umpire in Tristan Jones. May continues to talk as Nick Strong steps into the batter's box. 2 away after Bramante strikes out swinging. Ninth strikeout of the ball game for Capel. And now more words between May and Tristan Jones. He really needs to be careful. Montario May has been ejected once this season. It was in Minot. First pitch high and inside for ball number 1. Four to 3, Trappers lead. 1-0. That ball's touched to right field. That one is deep towards the wall. That one off the wall for Strong. It gets away from the wall, rounding second. He could have gone for 3. Strong, I don't think, realized that Hoffpower was having trouble with the baseball in right field. It's a 2-out double for Strong. The entire first base side of the crowd was chanting go. Time called as Tibbetts will talk. And now here comes Walker Bullington. That may be the day for Brooks Capel. Offers a handshake to his pitcher. Doesn't look like anybody's coming from the bullpen. As Capel will walk off the mound and head to the dugout. A pitching change coming for the Sioux Falls Sunfish after the 2-out double by Nick Strong. New pitcher coming in for the Sunfish when we come back. We'll get you caught up on his statistics when we return. A home run and a double this inning for the Trappers drive Brooks Capel from the ballgame.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
New pitcher for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. It's number 11 in Jacob Lassier. Somehow, some way, in game 15 between each other, Jacob Lassier is making his first appearance against the Pierre Trappers. For Lassier this season, out of the University of North Georgia, may have to take on one of his buddies. As I believe Cole Yancey, who's on the bench, is also from the University of North Georgia. Jacob Lassier in 6 appearances this year has no starts, does not have a record, an 8.67 ERA. In 9 1/3 innings pitched, has recorded a save, striking out 8, walking 5, allowing 11 base hits. Has allowed 12 runs, 9 of them earned. His last 2 appearances pitched a third of an inning each against Spearfish and Hastings, not allowing a hit or a run. Pitched 2 innings against Wheat City, 4 against Souris Valley. 2/3 against Wheat City again, and another 2 against Wheat City. Has made most of his appearances against the Whiskey Jacks as Richie Williams steps into the batter's box. First pitch will be a foul ball for strike number 1. Strong probably could be standing at third right now. However, stopped at second after not seeing that Hoffpower struggle to pick up the ball in right field. That one was feet away from leaving the yard. Ball carrying well today. 0-1, dancing at second is Strong. Line drive down the first baseline will hook foul. So an 0-2 with 2 away, 4-3 Trappers lead after the solo shot by Tyler Skelton to left field. The 0-2, fly ball, right field hooking foul. Count will remain where it is. Lassier, the right-handed pitcher out of Alpharetta, Georgia. The 0-2. The pitch, a line drive to right field. That one's hooking foul. That one maybe traveled 300 feet away from home. Count remains 0-2 to Richie Williams, 2 away in the inning after a pair of strikeouts. Williams, the first batter that Lassier is facing. And for Lassier, I mentioned it briefly, a swing and a miss for strike number 3. Strikeout number 1 for Lassier and 10 for the Sunfish, but a solo home run by Tyler Skelton drives in what is now the go-ahead run. 4-3, Trappers lead. We'll head to the 7th here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams. Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. Give them a call at 605-224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Top of the 7th, about to get underway. Here from this 4th of July holiday in 2021. Smaller attendance than days past, 318 spectators opting to stay out of the heat and the sun and cool off in either the Missouri River or Oahe Lake. Nick McCullum returns to the mound for his second inning of work after allowing a run back in the 6th. It will be the 2-3-4 Brandon McClure and Olson due up. So a 4-3 ball game as we enter the 7th inning. Trappers and Sunfish trading runs, and the 6th first pitch will run inside for ball number 1 to Jonathan Brandon. Trappers looking for their first win of the second half of the season. 1 ball, no strikes, a windup and pitch by McCullum outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. So a 2-0 to Jonathan Brandon, who's 0 for 1 today, walking twice. He may walk 3 times now that he's worked a 3-0 count. Trappers out hitting the Sunfish 9-6. The pitch from McCullum, that one's a strike down the center of the plate for strike number 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. The windup and pitch for McCullum. That one's down the middle, strike number 2. Full count to the leadoff batter of the inning. Payoff pitch from McCullum on the way. Chopped foul into the screen. We keep it where it is at 3-2. Sunfish and the Trappers facing off for the 15th and final time this season as ball number 4 will put a runner at first base to lead off the inning. First walk surrendered by McCullum. Fisher Roush, the starting pitcher, relieved for by Nick McCullum. Roush today pitched in 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, walking 4 and striking out 6. First pitch will miss for ball number 1. For McCullum so far in 1 innings pitch has allowed 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, walking 1, striking out 2. The 1-0, McCullum checks over at first, pitch goes high, ball 2. McCullum struggling with control, only pitching 1 strike so far, 2 strikes, excuse me. 2 balls, no strikes, runner at first base, and Jonathan Brandon. Norris McClure, the current batter. Kicks up some dirt, the pitch, swung on and missed for strike number 1. We'll run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. A very good game here from Hyde Stadium. The Trappers jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Top of the 5th inning, the Sunfish and Will Olson homered. Strike number 2 will put the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Retreating back after a hit and run was given up is Jonathan Brandon. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. 3 outs away from the 4th of July 7th inning stretch. 2-2 on the way. Chopped foul onto a berm above the Sioux Falls dugout on the third base side. Game number 4 in the second half of the season for both sides. And opposite ends of the spectrum. 2-2 called, strike 3 at a pitch low in the zone. McClure not happy with the call as he'll walk back to the dugout. First time McClure has gone down on strikes tonight. And strikeout number 3 for Nick McCullum. It'll bring up Will Olson. Olson knows something about a runner on for the Sunfish when he's batting. His last at-bat in the 5th inning, a 2-run bomb to left field, gave the Sunfish a tie ball game. Pickoff attempt to first base, not in time. Sliding in safely under the tag is Jonathan Brandon. So still waiting for the first pitch to Will Olson. Pitch will go low for ball number 1. Pitch out high, throw down to second base, throw beats him, and so does the tag. Caught stealing is Jonathan Brandon for out number 2, and so now the most damage Will Olson can do is a solo shot that would tie the game. Pitch missed for 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. McCullum deals on a pitch low and inside. Ball number 3, 3 balls, no strikes. So Olsen, after homering back in the 5th inning, now faces a 3-0 count and make it walked with 2 away. McCullum winds up and deals on the 3-1. It catches strike zone for strike number 1. 3 balls, 1 strike, and a hitter's count to Will Olsen. McCullum, high kick and fire, a big swing and a miss. Strike number 2. The count goes full. Full count. 2 away in the inning. A ground ball over to the shortstop. The throw on to first base is in time for the out. A 6-3 ground out to end the frame after Brandon caught stealing. 1, 2, 3 go the Sunfish here in the 7th, and now it's time to stand up and stretch your legs. It's the 7th inning stretch on the 4th of July here at Hyde Stadium. Join the Shell's loyalty program and never pay full price for gas again. Shell's loyalty members also get monthly specials for increased savings. Shell's doesn't just fill up your tank, but it also fills up your stomach with a variety of food and drinks. Become a loyalty club member today by visiting Shell's at 621 Sioux Avenue or give them a call at 605-224-6266.
The Pierre Trappers are proud to partner with the Governor's Inn, the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Call 605-224-4200 for a special Trappers rate when you visit Pierre and Hyde Stadium. Whether you're coming for the best hunting, fishing, and outdoor recreation in the Midwest, just passing through, or coming out to the ballpark, the Governor's Inn is the place for you.
Welcome back. For the bottom of the 7th inning, Jacob Lassier returns to the mound after a singing of "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" here on this 4th of July. Bennett Osborne, the batter, he's 1 for 2 today after reaching on an error and doubling. Osborne has had some pop in his bat today. We'll see what he can do in his first appearance against Lassier. Second batter that Lassier has faced after he struck out Richie Williams. First pitch, fly ball, right side, will hook and go well foul for strike number 1. The American flag in dead center field, standing still, barely any wind. The 0-1 check swing by Williams will be called strike number 2. Teams tied in errors at 1 apiece. Trappers up 9-6 in hits, 4-3 in runs. Big swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts and 2 batters faced. As Osborne goes down on strikes, it will bring up Caden Cardoso. Cardoso 2 for 3 today, doubled in the first, singled in the third, and struck out swinging in inning number 5. Has batted in every odd-numbered inning, and that trend will continue. First pitch from Lassier will go low for ball number 1. One ball, no strikes. Trappers 4, Sunfish 3. Here in the final game of the season between the two sides. Swing and a miss will go for strike number 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Glossier waits for Cardoso. Cardoso ready in the box. The 1-1 will go high and outside for ball number 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Trappers trying to win their first game in over a week. Their last victory last Friday against the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. The 2-1 high and outside ball number 3. Three balls, 1 strike. Glossier trying to avoid losing his first batter. After striking out the first 2, check swing called, strike number 2. The count will run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch coming from Glossier, who the previous 14 games has sat on the bench the entire time against the Trappers, making appearances against seemingly every other team but the Trappers. Foul ball will hit on a berm outside of the ballpark as it will roll towards the creek that connects Capitol Lake to the Missouri River. Payoff pitch once more. The windup. Fly ball. Deep left field. Playing it is Forte to make the catch for out number 2. So 2 away in the inning on the fly out to left. Connor, the new batter, he will take a pitch low for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 to Connor, who's 1 for 2 today. A dribbler up the third base side. That one gets through for a base hit. Forte coming to get it. Rounding first. Got about a quarter way to second, maybe a little bit more, but Connor will retreat back to first, settling for a 2-out single. So a single for Patrick Connor as it brings up Ty Stoss. 0 for 2. Pitch will go low for ball number 1. Stoss 0 for 2 with a strikeout swinging, a strikeout looking, and an RBI off a sacrifice fly to center field. The 1-0 pitch high, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Glossier letting up his first base hit in 4 batters to Patrick Connor after retiring the first 3 in order. Two balls, no strikes. Pitch on the outside part of the plate, but catches strike zone for strike number 1. Two and one, 2 outs. A swing and a dribbler up the second base side will roll into the hands of the on-deck batter, Colin Adams, for strike number 2. So Stoss trying to avoid being punched out for the 3rd time tonight against a new pitcher in Glossier. Foul ball will head on to Capitol Avenue, and that one will clear the entire side, hitting off a tree on the other side of the street. Some kids are chasing after the foul ball, but they'd have to not only leave the ballpark, but cross the street. Not sure about that one. Two high and outside. That will go for ball number 3, a full count. Full count, the payoff pitch on the way to Stoss with Connor at first base. Glossier sets, short kick and fire on a pitch, low, ball 4. So drawing the walk is Ty Stoss. It's the first walk surrendered by Lassier today. Connor will advance over to third base as it brings up number 30, Colin Adams. Lassier in relief for starting pitcher Brooks Capel. Capel in 5 2/3 of an inning allowed 9 base hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, walking 1, striking out 9. Runners at first and second. Check over at second base. Lassier deals a swing and a miss for Adams for strike number 1. Colin Adams today 0 for 3 with a hat trick of strikeouts. An 0-1, runners at first and second now. A check over at second base. The pitch from Lassier, a check swing for strike. No swing, ball number 1. Count goes even to 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Called strike number 2. 1-2 the new count. Welcome Sunfish fans from the Sunfish Road broadcast. As Sunfish broadcaster David Coyer is set to have a 4th of July tradition as Adams steps out of the box. He's set up right now behind home plate for a good old-fashioned American 4th of July hot dog eating contest, and we'll keep it here between innings. 1-2, pitch will miss low, gets away from Tibbetts for just a moment, but retreating back to second base is Patrick Connor, as the count will go even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. You know, it was funny, earlier today I was on the phone with my mom, who was watching the Coney Island hot dog eating contest, in which Joey Chestnut won with 75 hot dogs consumed in 10 minutes, which is ridiculous. But she was joking around saying, oh, that might be your future to be the announcer for the hot dog eating contest, as strike number 3 swinging a golden sombrero with 4 strikeouts for Colin Adams. Little did I know my mom would not only be right, but she would be right and miss off about 4 hours from that phone call. So we end the 7th inning there, 4-3. Trappers leading. We'll keep it here for the between innings hot dog eating contest, including Sioux Falls Sunfish broadcaster David Coyer. He's going to be taking on pitcher for the Pierre Trappers' brother, younger brother, Jared Shelton's brother. So it's Shelton versus Coyer in a hot dog eating contest. I think that might be 1 or 2. So we're underway from the Pierre Trappers hot dog eating contest. A bottle of water, Shelton taking the old-fashioned approach of the professionals by dipping it in the water, and these things are going down fast. It seems like Shelton has a slight edge. Coyer dressed in the All-American outfit, getting some down. Coyer now on his final dog, eating the buns first. A good strategy. Coyer dipping the buns in the water. The entire Sunfish dugout is out and watching this right now. This is entertainment, folks. It seems like Shelton might have a slight lead as Coyer is down by a dog but not a bun. Shelton is down to the final bun. It's very close. It looks like Coyer may have just taken the lead. You need to get everything down. Shelton is struggling. Coyer gets it all down but is struggling keeping it down. Coyer will win it for the Sioux Falls Sunfish and the Broadcasters Association of the Expedition League. Victorious over Jared Shelton's younger brother. Firing up the crowd. And we'll see how the Sunfish respond to that hot dog eating contest victory, as it's now the Sunfish turn to bat here in the top of the 8th inning. My goodness. Move over Joey Chestnut. And in the words of SaberDogs broadcaster Max Tanzer, legend. ball number 1. Earlier today when news broke for strike number 1 of this contest, between broadcasters, it was Tanzer of the Sabre Dogs who called Coyer a legend, and indeed he is, as he's victorious in this contest as a foul ball will go for strike number 2. Top of the 8th inning here from Pierre. A swing and a drive to center field. Right field, excuse me. Cardoso will reach up and make the catch. So 1 away in the inning as Zeph Hoffpower will fly out to right to lead things off here in the 8th. Nick McCullum's still on the mound for the Trappers as well. He's pitching in his 3rd inning of work. Will be number 34 of his season if he completes it. Jesus Licone, 3 for 3 today, takes the first pitch low for strike number 1. Was the first batter that had to face Nick McCullum singled. It's now round 2 between McCullum and Licone. The 0-1 straight fastball misses for ball 1. Both bullpens going on a called strike. Makes it a 1-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Licone steps out of the batter's box, taking a walk maybe 10% of the way towards the dugout before turning around and stepping back into the batter's box. Swing and a miss. That's strike number 3. 4th punch out of the day for Nick McCullum, as Licone down on strikes for the first time. On the day for the Trappers, 10th strikeout as it brings up Tanner Wilson, 1 for 3. 2 away now in the top of the 8th. The windup and pitch on a pitch high and inside for ball number 1. One ball, no strikes. The windup and pitch low and outside. Ball number 2, 2 balls, no strikes. Both the Trappers and the Sunfish with only 2 pitchers so far today, as the pitch catches the strike zone for strike number 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 will miss low, making it a 3-1 count. Tanner Wilson lined out to second, reached on a fielder's choice and singled, making him 1 for 3 on the day. The 3-1 ground ball up the middle. That will go for a base hit. A 2-out single will put a runner aboard for the Sunfish. Tanner Wilson 2 for 4 today, as it will bring up Carter Tibbetts. Two away. Tibbetts 0 for 2. Struck out swinging in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, and struck out swinging in the 6th. Sunfish down to their final 4 outs of the ballgame, but they do have a man on. Tying run is at first base and Tanner Wilson. First pitch from McCullum, swinging. Pop fly into right field in foul territory. This one will hook out of play for strike number 1. Trappers lead 4-3. Runner at first base in Tanner Wilson. McCullum, a check over at the runner at first. Takes a deep breath, looks down before kicking and firing a fly ball right field again for a foul ball, strike number 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Carter Tibbetts, is in danger of wearing the hat trick with 3 strikeouts in a game. McCullum accepts the sign, deals A ground ball over to second base. Unable to come up with it is Patrick Connor, the shortstop. It will be a base hit. Back-to-back hits for the Sunfish. Tibbetts reaches for the first time today via the base hit as Wilson will advance to second base. It'll bring up Adonis Forte. Forte today 0 for 2 with a flyout, a strikeout, and a sacrifice fly. Still 2 away in the inning. Go-ahead run is now aboard at first base. McCollum sets, ready to deal to Forte. First pitch, swinging, ground ball to the second baseman. Picking it up is Stoss, who flips it onto second base. Forte will get the fielder's choice out between the base paths, Carter Tibbetts. In the 8th inning, no runs on 2 hits for the Sunfish. No errors committed by the Trappers. The Sunfish leave 2 on base. We head to the bottom of the 8th with Tyler Skelton, Joey Bramante, and Nick Strong due up. Bottom of the 8th coming up when we come back.
When it comes to clothing in the capital area, Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry have you covered. Speedway Laundry offers the fastest way to clean clothes, with free Wi-Fi offered while you wait. Next door, family-owned and operated Total Beauty has a constantly changing inventory of top-quality clothing. Check out the newest lines in clothing by giving Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry a visit at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Bottom of the 8th inning about to get underway here from Hyde Stadium. A few sponsors that we'd like to thank for the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season, including Farmers Union Insurance, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Beck Motors, Aflac, Chase Auto and RV, and Farmers Union Insurance Mefford. Thanks for your continued support of Trappers baseball. Tyler Skelton, who hit a solo home run in his last at-bat, will lead things off for the Trappers here in this inning. So Tyler Skelton, 2 for 3 today, having himself a day. He is 2 legs away from the cycle, but with the bottom of the 8th inning, it would have to take the Trappers batting around in order for Skelton to get at least a chance. He's a single and a triple away. So bottom of the 8th, Skelton shrugs his shoulders. Trappers looking for some insurance runs. First pitch high and inside, ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to Tyler Skelton, bottom of the 8th. We appreciate those of you sticking with us here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams here on this 4th of July. Fly ball, left field. That one's going to drop in the gap. That's going to be a base hit for Tyler Skelton. And he is 1 leg away from the cycle, needing the triple. So a base hit for Tyler Skelton. He's 3 for 4 today. Joey Bramante, 0 for 3 today. We'll look for his first base hit. He'll take a few words of encouragement from Coach Jamie and maybe a strategy. Both umpires take a moment to write something down in their books as Tibbetts will talk with Lassier. Lassier back in for his second full inning of work. His third different inning that he's worked in is now home plate umpire Samuel Barrett will come out to break up the meeting on the mound. Walker Bullington walks out of the Sioux Falls dugout. And it might be just to receive the baseball from the bullpen. No, he's going to walk out all the way to the mound. A mound visit, and that will be it for Jacob Lassier. He allows just 2 base hits on the day and no runner to get past second base. But Lassier will be relieved for here in the 8th inning. We'll get you caught up on the new Sunfish pitcher when we come back.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food. Dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dan-O's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dan-O's Marine. Bottom of the 8th inning was already underway. One batter came up and singled. It was Tyler Skelton. A pitching change for the Sioux Falls Sunfish, and the second pitcher making his debut against the Pierre Trappers, and he's not usually a pitcher. Dane Frazier, the pitcher for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Frazier has only pitched in 1 game so far this year, pitched 1 inning against Spearfish back on June 30th, allowed 1 walk, striking out 2 in 4 batters faced. Batting-wise, Frazier, he's .255 with 2 doubles, 17 walks, 11 strikeouts, getting 14 base hits. So trying to make his way as a 2-way player, Dane Frazier will take the mound. So the first batter that Frazier will face is going to be Joey Bramonte, who's 0 for 3 today with a pop out in foul territory to first base and a pair of strikeouts. Taking a look at the final line score for relief pitcher in Jacob Lassier. Lassier pitched an inning and a third, allowing 2 base hits, no runs, walked 1, striking out 3. First pitch missing for ball number 1. Runner at first base is Tyler Skelton with nobody away. A wind-up and pitch by Frazier will go low in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes. Frazier only walked 1 batter in his lone pitching appearance this season against the Sasquatch. And with a 2-0 count, we'll need to battle back against Bramonte. 4-3, Trappers lead, bottom of the 8th here from Hyde Stadium. Fly ball will head foul and out of play for strike number 1. So 2 balls and 1 strike for the third baseman, Bramonte. On deck, Strong, who doubled in his last appearance. Runner goes on a swing and miss. The throw down to second base is not in time. The throw bounced out of the glove of Jonathan Brandon. It will be a stolen bag for Tyler Skelton. So a 2-2 count to Joey Bramonte with Skelton now at second base. The 2-2. A long look over at second. The windup and pitch outside, ball 3. Full count to Joey Bramante. Nobody away in the inning and a runner in scoring position. 11 base hits today for the Trappers compared to 8 for the Sunfish. The windup and pitch. A fly ball, fair ball down the right field line. Rounding second and coming in is going to be Tyler Skelton, and an RBI single for Joey Bramante, his first base hit of the ball game. It's 5-3 Pierre. So back-to-back base hits, the first batter that Frazier faces singles as Skelton comes in to score. Skelton crosses home plate safely for the third time today. As now Strong will step up. He's 2 for 3 with a strikeout single and a double. Frazier kicks and deals on the inside part of the plate for ball number 1. 1 run across this inning, and that will go against Lassier's line as well as he allows a run. 1-0 will catch the strike zone low. Will put the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. So a 1-1, 5-3. Trappers now leading bottom of the 8th. Runner still at first base in Joey Bramante. Pitch from Frazier catches strike zone for strike number 2. Will run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dane Frazier gets ahead of Nicholas Strong. Strong was one of 2 batters that did not get to face Lassier. The other was Bramante, who just singled. So for Bramante and Strong, this is the first pitcher they're seeing, not named Brooks Capel. The 1-2 will catch the strike zone for a strikeout against Strong. A strikeout swinging for Strong, his second time today, and the first one for Dane Frazier. It brings up Richie Williams, who's 1 for 3 today, an RBI single, a ground out to second, and a strikeout. Runner still at first, 1 away. First pitch swinging for strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike, bottom of the 8th inning. 8:16 the current time here in Pierre, South Dakota. Approaching the 3-hour mark of today's game. Ball misses low and outside for ball number 1. We'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 apiece. The base hit by Joey Bramante, the 12th of the game for Pierre. (1-1). Bramante takes off before retreating, seeing that Frazier was not delivering. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Frazier looks in, kicks and fires. A bunt laid down to the third baseman. A sacrifice bunt is in time. Taking off for third now is Bramante, who goes away. The throwaway will drive in Joey Bramante. 6-3, the Trappers now doubling up the Sunfish. So it'll be an error. An error on the shortstop. As it will bring up Bennett Osborne. First pitch misses, ball 1. So Richie Williams out on a sacrifice bunt, 5-3. It advanced Bramante to second base. Ground ball over to second base. Having trouble with it, it's the second baseman. Flip onto first base. That's in time for the ground out for Bennett Osborne. He's 1 for 4 today. So a 4-3 groundout will end the 8th inning. The Trappers put up 2 more on the scoreboard and now lead 6-3. We'll head to the 9th. Sunfish down to their final 3 outs. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue.
The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn.
Top of the 9th inning, and Nick McCullum in to slam the door to get his first save of the season if he can complete it. So JT Mix will step in. Top of the order due up for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. First pitch will catch the strike zone for strike number 1. Trappers looking for a 4th of July victory. A ground ball through the first base side off a diving glove of Adams. It will be a base hit and a leadoff single for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. First base hit of the day for JT Mix. It improves his line to 1 for 5. It'll bring up Jonathan Brandon, who struck out looking back in the first inning. Since then has drawn a walk in all 3 plate appearances since. So McCullum, pickoff attempt back to first base, but sliding back in safely is Mix. First pitch now to Brandon. The windup and pitch will run inside and hit him in the rib cage. That can't feel good, but it will put 2 runners aboard for the Sunfish. And all of a sudden, on 2 pitches, the tying run is at the plate. It will be Norris McClure, who does have 2 home runs against the Trappers this season. And this could be a huge comeback for the Sioux Falls Sunfish if McClure can connect. Nobody out in the inning. The windup and pitch by McCullum misses outside for ball number 1. Throwback gets slightly away from McCullum, but both runners left at bay. (1-0). A look back at second base. A pitch will go low for ball number 2. McCullum losing control. Error in the previous inning, the second for the Sunfish on the day. Here comes the 2-0, a check swing on a pitch low. No appeal, it will be ball number 3. And now in danger of walking the bases loaded, bringing the go-ahead run to the plate. A couple of insurance runs for the Trappers in the bottom half of this inning, but it could be all for naught. 3-0. That one catches strike zone on the outside part of the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike. Runners at first and second. Brandon at first. Mix at second base. Nobody out in the inning. Sunfish have hit a home run today. The 3-1 line drive to left field. Chasing back is Osborne. Will reach up at the wall to make the catch. Taking off for third and in safely is JT Mix. So 1 away in the inning after the fly out to left by Norris McClure. Mix tagged up and headed for third. Runners at the corners now for Will Olson. Trappers and Sunfish fans remember that name from the 5th inning when Will Olson launched a ball over the left field wall. Runners at the corners. Another home run would tie the ball game yet again. His first one tied the ball game. First pitch catches strike zone for strike 1. Tyler Lubin in the bullpen if McCullum cannot finish the job. 0-1 accepts the sign. Foul ball will head just past the leg of the third base coach Hovde. Strike number 2. Seems like a broken bat as Olson will exchange it with Zeph Hoffpower. The 0-2, runners at the corners with 1 away. Brandon at first, Mix at third. Sunfish down to their final 2 outs of the ball game. They trail by 3, 6-3. Trappers looking for a 4th of July victory and their first win of the second half of the season. The 0-2 fouled back into the screen. Will do it once more. Additionally, the Trappers look to snap a 7-game losing streak. They snapped their longest of the season, a 10-game losing streak against these Sunfish. 0-2. McCullum fires a foul ball, just tipping off the barrel of the bat. One more thing the Trappers are playing for, double digits to get their 10th win of the season. The Sunfish trying to play spoiler, advance to 4-0 in the second half. The pitch by McCullum outside, ball 1. Olson today is 1 for 3. His lone base 1 for 4, excuse me. His lone base hit the home run. McCullum deals swing and a miss for strike number 3. For McCullum, strikeout number 5 of the ball game, and all of the sudden, the Sunfish down to their final out of the ball game, and it will be up to Zeph Hoffpower, who came in 2 days ago and slammed the door on the Pierre Trappers on the mound. Now he'll have to protect the Sunfish at the plate. He's 0 for 3 today with a walk, strikeout, and 2 flyouts. Runners at the corners, the pitch by McCullum. Base hit into left field. That will be an RBI single, and the Sunfish have cut their deficit to 2. Sunfish 4, Trappers 6. 2 outs in the ball game. Jonathan Brandon advances to second base. JT Mix in to score. It'll be Jesus Lee Cohn, the new batter. Lee Cohn today is 3 for 4. McCullum, a check over at second base. The pitch outside for ball number 1. Should Lee Cohn walk, it would bring up Tanner Wilson, who's 2 for 4, but Lee Cohn, the best chance, 3 for 4 with a strikeout. All 3 base hits were singles. The 1-0, chopper up the middle to McCullum. McCullum onto first base in time. And the Pierre Trappers have snapped their 7-game losing streak and win here on the 4th of July. The dugout will spill out to congratulate Nick McCullum, who will get the save in relief. Trappers victors 6-4. 6 runs on 12 hits, 1 error committed. The Trappers ended up leaving a total of 12 runners on base. I don't know where I got that number from, as they left 6 runners on base, half that. For the Sioux Falls Sunfish, 4 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors committed. They left a host of runners on base with 9 on base. So 4 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors, 9 runners left on base for the Sunfish. 6 runs on 12 hits, 1 error committed. For the Trappers, they left 6 runners on base. Taking a look at the pitchers' decisions, as we'll keep it here for the postgame show. Final out recorded at 8:28 for a final game time of 2 hours and 53 minutes. Game attendance was 318. So the losing pitcher So Nick McCullum comes out of the pen and gets the win. For McCullum, who's been having a rough start in terms of the decision, said he wanted to pitch Sunday to pitch for his mom, was pulled in Minot for the sole purpose of being able to pitch for his mother, who was in town this weekend. Nick McCullum will advance to 2-2 on the season. The loss will go to Brooks Capel, who falls to 2-2 on the season. With McCullum getting the win, there is no save in today's ballgame. Taking a look at the final line scores for the pitching staff. For the Pierre Trappers, it was a 2-man show as the Trappers used just Fisher Roush and Nick McCullum. Nick McCullum in 4 innings of work allowed 6 base hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, walking 1, striking out 5. In 9 innings pitched, allowed 10 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, walking 5 and striking out 11. Meanwhile, for the last pitcher for the Sioux Falls Sunfish, in Dane Frazier, he pitched 1 inning, allowing 1 hit, 1 run. It was unearned. Did not allow a walk, striking out 1. In a total of 8 innings pitched for the Sunfish. They allowed 12 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, walking 2, and striking out a total of 13 Trappers today. So the final season series will go in favor of the Sioux Falls Sunfish by a final of 8-7. This is the final time this year that the Trappers and Sunfish will face off as they finish their inaugural season against their in-state rivals at 8-7 in the Sioux Falls Sunfish. The Sunfish will get their first loss of the second half of the season, falling to 3-1